Welcome to this week's edition of ATB-TV. As you can see, flying solo this week. Darren is out and about and busy. What a great week. 4 winners. Commencing last Friday with Misty C at Bendigo and culminating with Social Spin leading all the way at Sandown on Wednesday. In between, and what a great Saturday finals day we had for Largo and Mr. Moneybags getting the money at Flemington. So ripper results, the horses ran well. We're going to look at it from a different angle this week. Less than me, more of the jockeys. What we're going to do with all our runners is we'll feed out the intel from them post-race. You can have a look. There's a book that's probably got 101 excuses from the jocks written over all the years, but I think most of the summaries that the boys gave us after the race were pretty spot on with how our runners fared. Unfortunately, with Ransom Money and Mystic Man, we had only voice descriptions from the jockeys there, so that won't come over. Just briefly, I'll go through them quickly. Point View, Misty C, Bendigo. Great ride, Johnny Ella from Gate 1. Strong finish. Got the money, that's his 3rd career win. He heads to Sandown next week. Ransom Money, only 2nd up, needed the run. As we've seen in his past preps, he takes probably 4th, 5th run before he hits his straps, and he'll be a winning chance when we get out, out to those races, and probably out and trip a little bit further. Flemington, obviously our 2 winners, Mr. Moneybags. Congrats to all the owners there. What a ripper horse. 4 wins all in town, 2 at Sandown and now 2 at headquarters. And when you can set a plan and then cap it off by winning the final, which was the Silver Bowl Series final, it's a great result. He'll head to either Caulfield or Flemington for his next start before a break. Magic Millions horse, could be a trip to Queensland for this bloke in January. We also had for Largo, great story, this bloke, he just keeps winning each winter, pops up, wins a race. I think the last 2 winters he won, the previous winter he ran a couple of seconds at Flemington behind the likes of Master of Arts, etc. And I think the winter before he won. Rising 8-year-old, just been a great horse, terrific training effort, and a great ride by Craig Williams. And while we're on Craig, well done last Saturday, 6 winners, sort of unheralded sort of territory. Rode the conditions, which were very windy at Flemington, rode them beautifully, and when Craig's hot, he's hot. Penthouse Playboy, I was at Echuca. This bloke said 2 runs from a spell, got nailed. Just missed out, at Echuca, got home hard, nearly nailed the winner. So back-to-back seconds this preparation. He heads to Mildura for his next start over 2,000 metres. That should be a get on. So playing at Waterville, little horse, big weight, bog track, just couldn't get through it. It'd have a ping at the end of the race. Hamilton was a little, not quite as heavy, and he had 2 kilos less. He was able to travel into the race and then put him away. Just got back probably a pair too far at Waterville, but like Johnny explains when we have a listen later, he just couldn't pick up as well as he could at Hamilton. But look, the margin spread out over about 40 lengths, and that will beaten 5. So it was an honest effort, and we'll find a similar race for him. Safety Dance, just no luck again. We know he doesn't like the wet tracks. We try to go to the synthetic, probably doesn't suit his style of racing. Just got held up at the wrong stage. Ben Allen will explain all that, but he goes to, I think, Pakenham similar race next Tuesday. Mystic Man, look about a horse that doesn't have any luck. This bloke obviously had a couple of injury problems. We've got him back. He nearly fell mid-race when the winner, ironically ridden by Linda Meach, come across and he clipped heels. Linda worried him at his first start and was her intel was to get him back because he's a nice horse. So we went through all the rehab and we've got him back. He's been sound as a bell, and then unfortunately it's her horse that nearly brought him down. And spoke to Jared Lawrencini next day, and he just thought he was hitting the deck. But to the horse's credit, picked himself up. Now, we're a little bit concerned that it may have ended his racing days, but he has certainly improved, as I explained to the owners over the last couple of days. So hopefully, as the weekend unfolds, and we'll have a look next Monday, we hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get him back to the races. He finished 6th. He did a good job considering what happened. Wednesday, obviously, Social Spin, terrific. Great work from the whole Weir team. Track walker Darren Murphy highlighted close to the race that on pace was going to be the day all day, and that's the way it planned out. So from gate 13 of 13 runners, Johnny Allen executed a brilliant ride, got across to lead comfortably, dictated, stacked him up, kicked away, won easily. Nice horse, well done to the owners. This is another homebred, as is Misty C, so congrats to Darren and Liz and all the owners involved there with the breeding of those two. We certainly do get our fair share of winners from the farm, so, and you know, you go to the sales and spend a lot of money to buy horses with, you know, not knowing how they're going to perform. Our homebreds seem to stack up year in, year out. On that, we've got one homebred left. I think we've got about 35 or 40%, a little street boss filly heading to Daniel Bowman. So jump on the website there if you want to jump into one of those. But well done to the Social Spin owners. He now heads to possibly Big Vobus Gold race, 2-year-old race. I think it's the 28th of July. Igniter was in that race. Unfortunately, his race was basically tipped on its head 70 odd metres after the start. Not too sure whether he clipped heels or whether he's clipped his own legs. He lost momentum. We wanted to ride him up where Social Spin was. As I said, plans went out the window early there. So we're just waiting to see how he's pulled up. There should be a message out to the owners today. He's a nice horse, but we're just got to be just patient and just careful how we go about him for the rest of this prep. Silver Stratum, more or less, he just had to go around in this. The few negatives, the ground. First time at 2100, only ever raced over a mile or 1700. He's a get-back horse and it played on speed. He ran through the line nice. It sets him up for a race at Cranbourne in about a fortnight. There you go. That's all from me. Now have a listen to the jockeys and what they say, and I'll be back shortly.
It was good tempo early. Takes him a little bit to muster, but kind of stayed off the fence a bit early, so we were able to get into the probably three back line, and it was always travelling well. I was confident the turn I was going to win. It took him a while to get out and wind up. Obviously he's going to stay a lot further, so look, it was a good win. He really charged it.
Playing your part in the win, Trevor. Well done.
Yeah, cheers, thank you.
Thanks, Johnny. He was terrific, wasn't he, mate?
Yeah, he was good. Like I was always quite confident he was going to win, but obviously he's a horse that gets a bit further, so when he came out it just took him a while to wind up, but look, he was strong late. So
from all the owners, mate, from where you were, gate 1 was a great ride, so fantastic. Thanks, mate.
Cheers.
Penthouse Playboy. Bit unlucky, probably should have been nearly the winner, just squeezed up on the home turn. Young Michael Poy will give us a rundown. Give us a rundown when he comes back. Got done about a head. And just saying, Michael, that was a terrific run, nice ride. Just squeezed up the home turn, might have cost him winning.
Yeah, we're getting pretty tight at the top of the straight there, but he showed he's pretty tough. He took quite a small gap, was able to push him out the way, and you know that just cost him a bit of momentum. And yeah, you could see he got off the bridle a long way from home, but he kept finding the line. You definitely haven't seen his best yet. He'll be better and better over a bit more ground, but definitely an improving horse, and I think he could have some future around these type of grade and a bit more further in the distance. Yep. But he went well.
Typical tough pen tie that's just going to get better as we get further out and trip, mate.
Yeah, for sure. You know, he's hit the line better than probably anything in the race, and another 5 metres he wins.
Exactly. Thanks for the ride, mate, and yeah, well ridden.
Thank you.
Terrific result. The second run at the mile, I think, was that the key?
Absolutely. In the run the other day, Damien Lane said he was fantastic because everything went wrong. He drew wide and had to do a lot of work, and it made hard work of him running the mile. Today, from some draw, last time he drew good, he won there, Flemington in January. Jai gave him a 10 out of 10 ride, and he got the job done. So it's been a long-term plan to have a crack at the Silver Bowl series, and it all compiled well with the final today.
It's fantastic prize money for this style of horse, isn't it?
Oh, he's been a fantastic horse. Darren bought him in Adelaide for not a lot of money, and he's been a great money spinner for everyone, and the connections get so much fun out of it. It's great to see, isn't it?
Yeah, talking about the connections, that's a great thing. I think the VRC loves this horse. Yes, big group of owners coming along.
Yeah, there's plenty there, and they celebrate well. So
I want to see you in one of these magnificent jackets and suits. I get to see you there, Rob.
I reckon, did Peter Jackson have any of those?
They certainly, well, if they don't, they put them into the collection, I reckon. Well done, mate. What's next for him?
He could go to the gold race at Caulfield on the 28th. There's a $150,000 race there worth a lot of Vobus money, so we're going to take advantage of that whilst he's 3 and got the bonuses, and then he's a Magic Millions horse, so we, you know, never might end up there in January planning ahead.
Yeah, winners are grinners. Well done.
Good on you. Thanks for your time.
Nothing to get you, mate, so thanks for the help. This is Craig Williams. He only talks to me in July when he's trying to win the premiership. Well done, Weary. I just let General know he wasn't strong enough.
That's because you got wet trackers. No, look, I rode the horse last time 2 weeks ago, the lead-up race to this, and I thought there could be a better way to ride him. I said to Darren, if we can find 2 lengths on him. Darren came into the yard and was confident he'd find 2.5 lengths, and he said, what I thought the other day, he said, don't be mindful of what you thought the other day, you'll be a different horse today, and sure enough, he delivered. So obviously jumping this older horse, the beach, whatever the preparation is with Darren we were racing, really worked, but I had a genuine staying horse that had a great performance today, and it's pretty simple. If he doesn't try as hard as what he did today, we're running second. So thanks very much to you guys for giving me the opportunity, Darren and his team. Most importantly, the horse, he did great running today.
We'll just see you next July.
I'm going to Japan next July. This is too hard. And well done today for Australian Bloodstock Thoroughbreds there.
Australian Thoroughbred Bloodstock.
ATB, Australian Thoroughbred Bloodstock. You've had a great day. It's hard for a jockey. We've only got horses, start, finish. But you've had a great day on the finals day through winter, which is at headquarters have 2 winners. It's a big day. Thanks for the opportunity. Cheers.
Hello, Joy.
Not a good result, really. The way the speed ended up, we were working into the wind the whole way, and everything was forward punctured in that race. So I wouldn't be disappointed. I'd just say that you'd have to probably give him a spell now, freshen him up, and he'll be a better horse next preparation. Right. Sure. He's a bit bullying a little bit. Didn't do anything silly, but we need that. Possibly, yeah.
Like most of us blokes. Did you need a lead with him, Joy, or it was just
at the beginning I did, because I had to cross the ones inside me.
Right.
And Robbie was saying to me before, maybe he should have just left me with an open mind and we might have been able to get a spot midfield. But we were the ones pushing forward that created the space midfield. So I don't think if we were there, then that spot probably doesn't apply. Yeah.
All right, mate. Thanks very much.
Johnny Allen,
Thanks, George.
fourth start plane, just takes through the run, mate.
Yeah, look, he didn't have much speed early. I had to kind of really hunt him along to hold the spot, but he went a good tempo. We were still travelling well down the back of the straight, and when I was trying to feed into the race there at 600, I just got held up marginally, but eventually got out, and when he got out, he just wasn't able to pick up with that big weight, you know, he just really grinded. So
Yeah.
look, I don't think he was unlucky. Maybe if he'd got it run through that time, he'd have ran a good third maybe, but
Yep.
it only cost me a couple of lengths maybe.
They sort of skipped away when you were trying to get there.
Just skipped away, but
Yeah.
still I wasn't going good enough to
Yeah.
really. I don't think I'd have gone with him, to be honest, but
Yep.
he walked home okay, so just
gone to weight, doesn't he?
yeah, it's just a bit tough, yeah, but just at 71.5 kilos on that ground, it was a bit hard to, you know, they're never going to pick up, so yeah, look, it was a good honest run, just it was maybe back in a similar race, maybe not much weight, he'd be competitive again the next time.
Good on, thanks, John.
They raced quite well, and I was really going to initially take up the lead. Then they really pressed hard early, so I decided to give it up. If he had just travelled a little bit kinder, I wouldn't really come out to 1-1, but the one that was outside the leader, it had no form, and I was anticipating it to drop off. I was happy to follow the stablemate, but he just didn't really kick, and the one outside the leader stuck on, so I went to test the waters and try and come out around the bend, but he half just dropped his shoulder and run back in, so I kind of had to just stay behind and try and work to the line. And he was picking up good, but if he had just got to get a bit of momentum on him, he probably would have nearly finished off with the winner. I can't say he would have won, but it's hard to tell because momentum is completely different to being held up like that. So I think he's probably going to be better off drawing a wider gate, hoping he can get into a 1-2 spot like that and getting him out and rolling early. But yeah, I was hoping the stablemate kicked and we could just peel off its back with momentum and attack the line, but we just a bit unlucky today. Sorry guys, thank you.
Yeah, like Ben saying, he's nearly getting it right, and he would have preferred to be one off the fence rather than on the fence, so just to keep his momentum. And like he said, the winner was behind me. He said he thought if he flows with the winner, whether he wins, but he runs second. So he's nearly getting it right, but he's not. He hasn't got the street smarts yet, you know. The safest and the quickest way home is along the fence, but it's not suiting him at the moment. In another 6 months, once hopefully he's won another couple of races, on the fence is the best place to be, but didn't suit him. He's still, like Ben said, he needs the momentum, and he needs. When he tried to bump his way out, Ben said that's when he said he popped himself and dropped his shoulder rather than bulleting his way out. But if he had clear air, and this is what Ben's saying, that he either finishes alongside the winner or he nearly wins the race. So he's not far off. It's just a matter of getting those couple of things right. We thought Barrier 4 was a beautiful gate. Probably just didn't suit him perfect today, but we're not far off.
No worries. So I suppose you want to give it up when you had it and doing things properly. So he was always in control, really, wasn't he? He never looked like getting beat. So it's a good win.
Congratulations, Johnny. Terrific ride. Darren Staff, our full recovery update tomorrow from Social Within Night today. Thank you.
He jumped really quickly today, and then shortly after the start, he really lost his footing and his balance. I'm not too sure what happened. I'll have to have a look at the replay. I'm not sure whether he collected another leg of his own or another horse.
Do you think he might have hurt himself then?
Look, he seemed to have pulled up okay, but possibly once he cools down, something could arise. But he never handled coming down the hill. He was under pressure a long way back, and because of that, he didn't finish off. Just have to see how he comes through the run.
All right. Thanks, John.
For the run, mate, obviously it was going to be hard work from back there.
Yeah, I followed the whole one length, one horse off the winner, and on the tail of the bum of the second horse, but when they quicken, he just doesn't have that turn of foot on that firmer going. Then I think it's actually maybe a little bit loose as well.
Yep.
But he just struggled a bit down the hill, then flattened out okay down into the straight. Like he worked to the line okay, but sort of what ground he was sort of with 2 or 3 lengths off the winner, he sort of held that off to the second horse, but he didn't seem to be making any ground. Yeah. He just whacked away. So
definitely
the ground was no worries distance wise.
Yeah.
Just the actual firmness of the track.
Yep. No worries, mate.
He'll improve.
Just the firmness of the track.
Yeah. It's only your excuse you could make, otherwise he's gone average, hasn't he?
The distance, he's jumped up for what, 16?
Proof of the pudding, his last 3 wins. Last 3 wins in weaker class in heavy tracks. You know.
Well, yeah, exactly. He wins a win basically, but you know, he has been on a heavy 10, soft 6, and I think a heavy 8 or something like that his last few, and it's 4 ratings different from what he's been going on, obviously.
The other side of it.
It's hard to really say, you know what I mean? It's whether, you know, hopefully he comes through today okay, and it's just the ground.
He's only ever run over a mile, Dean. He's out to 2100. They always liked that one hit out over that trip.
Yeah, well, that's what we said. He's going to need the hit out, so hopefully he's right.
Thanks, Dino. Good on you, mate. Okay, there you go. Obviously not just the jocks. We had Robbie Griffiths with Mr. Moneybags, and a little bit of fun there with Craig Williams. Darren Dance, Craig, always a lot of banter there. And also Bruno Rouge Surrett from the Lindsay Park team, who added his bit in with Safety Dance. So good intel there, just something different. Rolling forward, runners coming up. Wodonga, Astrological, we know, very disappointing on the synthetic. Let's hope that's what it was, because before that she was very consistent without winning. She raced well at Wodonga. Last time she was there, Jacob Rule goes back on barrier 3, no excuses. Sunshine Coast, Skullduggery. He's been poking around in races probably a little bit above his level, but running terrifically well. He's in the Queen's Cup, Sunshine Coast. Mark Duplay is riding from gate 1. There's only 9 starters. It's over 2 miles. Mega Blast, who won the race he was in last start, the Caloundra Cup, is top weight and $1.90. This bloke's 60 to 1, $8 a place. 9 in the race. Maybe worth a little place ticket. Good luck to Damien Batters and the lads in that horse. On Sunday, Millinery, Jai McNeil for Daniel Bowman. She had her first up run at Swan Hill, and she goes into this race. Second up, had a little hiccup fortnight ago. She was to race at last week she was to race at Bendigo. Just a little bit of a cold. Over that, Daniel Bowman very keen. Benchmark 64, 1100 metres. She'll run really well. Drawn a good gate. Look forward to seeing her. Got Revolutionary in the same day as third emergency, so not too sure. No jockey name, not too sure whether we get a run. Saab's keen to get a bit of flat racing into him prior to maybe flipping him over the hurdles at some stage before the season's out. So we'll just wait to see if Revolutionary gets a run. No fields out as I speak for Matab, but Artisano is a big chance of going around there. Over 2,000 and a benchmark 58. As I mentioned earlier, Safety Dance, another mile race at Pakenham on Tuesday, and then we push out to Wednesday. I mentioned Misty C with his good win that Bendigo gets his chance over 1400 in town at this stage. None of those are confirmed, but the plans are to head that way. Short, sharp and sweet from me. Just to finish off, we've got a gold medalist in the camp. Max Blackiston's been with ATB for about 8 or 9 years. Represented the country overseas last month and got a gold medal. Have a listen to this. I'll sign off from here. Good luck to everyone. Well done to everyone that had a winner, and if your horses are running well, good luck going forward into the 2 or 3, 4, 5 or whatever runners we got this weekend. To those owners, all the best. Hopefully we can add to our tally of 42 as we push to that mid-40 range. Would be a great result for us this year. So I'll sign off, have a listen to Max's story, and we'll catch you all next week. Peter from ATB, I'm here with Max Blackiston. Now Max, we've got a story we need to hit on shortly, but Max has been an owner with ATB for 7 or 8 years, Max, back Xurius days.
Yeah, so it's more than 8 years.
Yeah, yep. Xurius was a ill-fated sprinter. We never seen the best of him, I don't think, Max. He unfortunately had laminitis and we had to put him down, but he was a great sprinter with Matty Williams. Yep. Won the Wangoon and the Golden Topaz all in 1 week, all in a month.
That's right, and then he went off to Adelaide and won the
Group 3 Spring Stakes or something. Yep.
After another foot problem, so
yeah. And since then you've had a bit of luck with the horses.
Quite a few, yeah.
My Shiny Choice,
yeah.
Silver Strata,
Choice Hands,
Clevo.
Yeah.
So a good lucky owner. G'day Arch, how are you, mate? Good lucky owner for ATB, and more the point while we're here, Max, you're also a gold medalist. That's representing Australia in the Masters hockey tournament that recently was conducted in Barcelona.
Correct, just got back this week.
And here it is here, guys.
It's the gold medal.
So huge thrill.
Yep, world champions. It's good to be able to say that.
Exactly, and just the Masters, we don't give away ages here, but I'm probably going 75, over 75s?
Over 75s on my team, but the Carnival had ages 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, right. 75, so all at the one venue at Polo Grounds in Barcelona.
Yep. So hockey's been a sport of yours through?
Ever since I played at school as a schoolboy in Western Australia, yes.
Absolutely, so probably 65 years from having your first hit, you've picked up a gold medal.
Something like that. There's been a few state carnivals in that period, but first time as a world and a world title. Yes.
Absolutely. I think of myself at 75, Max, and I reckon I'll have a remote control and a phone and just putting on the horses, let alone run around the hockey stick. So, look, well done. Obviously a huge thrill, and Adele went over with you.
Yes, Adele came over. She had just as much fun as we did.
You had a month over there, didn't you?
Correct, yeah. We started off, we had lead-up games in Lyon in France, and then we went to Geneva and had a game over there. There was a cohesion practice games to get the team together because we come from all over Australia, so it makes it difficult to
get to
play
know each other.
To play together. Yeah.
In terms of the final, what was the score?
Final, we beat the British 2-0.
Zip.
Yeah, they beat us in an earlier round, and that was you had to beat the British to win. So
so they were one of the main rivals.
Yeah, they were the silver medals.
In terms of positioning, Max, you a goal striker or half back? Or
I'm a defender.
A defender, right? So good job. They didn't score.
That's right. Yeah, that's part of the job.
All right, well, on behalf of everyone at ATB, it's great when we've got a lot of good artists, a wide variety of sports and occupations, but I don't reckon we've had an Australian gold medalist, so from everyone, well done.
Good on you, mate. Thanks very much, and thanks to everyone.